Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. And every day a new Instagram post, thanks to Meghan Markle. She doesn't seem able to resist posting on Instagram, sometimes with not such great results, and that would be those sickly green waffles that she made. I'm using air quotes. Two different waffle makers, she claims. A bit of a clap back to those online sleuths who realised that the waffles as presented bore no resemblance to the actual waffle irons. So that's the first thing. Second thing that has been going around as a rumour or speculation is that possibly the one, the most sickly looking waffle, the St. Patrick's Day waffles, of course, the one with the kiwi fruit mouth or mouth, I suppose, the scream one, that one intended for the kids, that one was intended really to mock the late Queen. That's the rumour that's doing the rounds. I'm going to have a quick look at this. We know that she has disrespected the Queen in the past. She was quite happy to charge ahead of the Queen, grab flowers meant for the Queen, elbow her out the way, getting into the car. The curtsy on Netflix, the infamous curtsy on Netflix. There's all that demanding an apology, and they know what they did, and letting a cloud of racism, that accusation, hang over the entire royal family. She did wind it back a bit from the Queen and Prince Philip, but she really went out of her way to do damage to both of them, shall we say, in my opinion, and allegedly, just to be on the safe side. Now, of course, this little cloud of white hair around that sickly green, dry, tasteless looking, unappetizing looking waffle could have just been coincidence. But when you look at it with this theory in mind, it does look startlingly like the late Queen. The shape of that hair, the cream cloud of cream, I nearly said queen from a can, cream from a can, not queen from a can, did look like the late Queen's hair shape. Maybe we're going to look at it. Of course, I have the Rebel Heart Tarot on the tarot table. Lost my train of thought there. I got a bit of a head cold brewing, I think, but never mind, otherwise all fine. And a terribly hot day here in South Africa, unbearably hot day. We're going to have a look at this, and as I was saying, the demanding the apology, rediscovered my train of thought. You know what you did, all of that stuff that we heard eternally after they exited had something to do with the Sandringham Summit, had something to do with being forced out of that theatre. That it's a national theatre that she was meeting, where she went famously without her rings. I showed her hands, and the bodyguards kind of frog marched her out. And some people say frog marched her onto a waiting plane, where she got booted out of the UK. All of that stuff. And of course, the Queen famously gave Archie a waffle iron for his birthday. I think it was his birthday. Could have been Christmas. I can't quite remember. We're going to look at all this. We want to know how she feels about the late Queen. Does it still rankle all those ancient grievances? I want to know about the waffle maker. Anything Tarot wants to tell us. I want to know whether there was an energy of disrespect in that Instagram post on St. Patrick's Day. Is Instagram going to get the better of her and cause her some problems along the line, because she doesn't seem able to resist? And there we have the Strength card in reverse. Neil Sean has told us that the bosses, the PR people, are desperately trying to reel her in and saying it doesn't look good. Maybe you need some expert help. You're not coming across very professionally. Doesn't look good. Those waffles look terrible. Absolutely terrible. I'm not a fan of waffles generally, but those I wouldn't have fed to anyone or anything, they would have gone straight in the bin. That is my opinion, and let's remind you, it's tarot for fun and entertainment. It's all my opinion, it's all speculation. I just read energy, and there is a disclaimer in the box below. We have the Strength card in reverse from the Rebel Heart Tarot as our underlying energy weakness. Unable to resist the calling of your baser nature. The Strength card. It's also royal family-ish. The Strength card normally has a lion in it, very regal. Interesting that here we have a garden scenario, and she has been prancing around in the garden recently with her tiny little copper watering can and those extremely supermarket looking spring onions. Interesting that she feels the need to parade up and down in the garden with someone clicking away in the background. So Strength in reverse, an interesting energy. Her card, Major Arcana for Leo, also Royal Family card. And as I say, Leo, the Strength card is about mastering your baser instincts, self-control. It's in reverse. So I think maybe she just can't help herself. When she gets these opportunities to do something, then there is no button. There's no think it through, sort of a pause button in her. That's my opinion, of course. What's the actual situation as I scooch around to get to the cards? And we've got the Three of Pentacles in reverse. This is not a team player. We know she is not a team player. Doesn't like to be told what to do. Doesn't seem to be good working with others. We've heard this constantly. From her time as a working royal, air quotes around working, to her time in Montecito, her time with Netflix, Spotify, and subsequently to all of that, we get rumors of not taking direction, not giving people good feedback, being difficult, being a solo, being, main character syndrome. That would be Three of Pentacles in reverse. I think it's not taking direction. That's what's showing up here with this waffle story of, I'm not a team player. Don't tell me what to do. I will just do what I want to do because I think I'm so funny and so clever, whip smart and hilariously funny, and all those puns. And I'm a fan of a pun, as you know from watching this channel. But those lame puns that she comes up, those cringe-worthy puns, oh my word. Anyway, let me not rant. Tell me, or tell us, about Meghan's view of the late Queen now. Does it still rankle as she moved on from all those ancient grievances? Where are we? We've got the Four of Pentacles, which is hanging on for grim death. The Four of Pentacles, it's status. She wants the status of the royal family. It's not an energy of insult and mockery and loathing and disrespect and all that kind of stuff. It's, I want the titles, I want the line of succession, I want the Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet stuff, I want the Lilibet name, I want the Sussex name, I want all of that. I want the royal family to give me a wink and a nod on Instagram so that I can sell lots of stuff. I'm hanging on grimly to what I got from her. It's not a card of affection. It's equally not a card of contempt, disrespect. It's just, give me the stuff. I need to hang on to the stuff, and I need to control the narrative. It's interesting. We've had the Three of Pentacles in reverse, not a team player, not listening, and then we get the Four of Pentacles, blocked heart chakra in the Four of Pentacles. It's the miser card. It's cold. It's indifferent. It's all about money and status. And normally, whatever that is, what is that? Some sort of appliance that is blocking the heart chakra. Normally it's a pentacle that blocks the heart chakra in Standard Rider-Waite Tarot. So let's look at this waffle maker, waffle iron story. That Archie's first word. There've been a few. I think there was crocodile. I think there was waffle maker. All rather scandalous thanks to the Urban Dictionary. I think there was even hydrated was one. But of course the child prodigy wanted a waffle maker. The late Queen allegedly obliged, and one of the waffle makers involved in the making of these sickly green St. Patrick's Day waffles was the one that allegedly the Queen gave to Archie. Let's just check the energy of that. I've got the 8 of Cups in reverse. It's very sad energy, the 8 of Cups. It's just, and it's interesting, there's a teacup and there's a bit of a raincoaty thing that you might imagine the Queen would wear with one of those headscarves and getting on the royal train there. It is Queen energy. It's in reverse. It's very sad. If this did indeed happen, the gift came from a place of tremendous sorrow for children that had been swept away to California, that were almost being held hostage, a bit like people joked about the has-been, those hostage videos in the dungeons at Mudslide Mansion when they were doing Zoom calls during lockdown. It's a bit similar of those are grandchildren, great-grandchildren I will never see, I don't have any contact with, I don't know what's going on with them. They're in her clutches. It makes the blood run cold thinking of that, and that's why we have the 8 of Cups in reverse. This is very sad. The sadness is not coming from Meghan's energy, it's coming from the Queen's energy, in my opinion, my speculation. So let's look at the main event of this reading, the disrespect, the mockery. As I said at the beginning of this reading, there's been a fair bit of disrespect from Meghan to the Queen. Some maybe intentional, some not so, accidental possibly, rather than intentional. Tell us about this. I've got the 3 of Swords. It's in reverse. Just turning the card around as I scooch back to my spot. 3 of Swords is betrayal. We have the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, and then we have the 3 of Swords in reverse sitting underneath. Meghan hasn't forgiven and she hasn't forgotten. That 3 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles now has another energy for me, which I couldn't really claim until I saw that 3 of Swords, and that is of being evicted from the team. And there's been some chatter and some speculation around that topic on some platforms where the Parkles are discussed. And wondering again, as that question comes round and round every few months, were they booted out? Were they told you were so useless in Australia that we had to send, allegedly, we had to send Prince Andrew to make apologies for you on behalf of the monarchy? And same thing with South Africa. They were so disrespectful, so ill-behaved, showed up crumpled, hungover, allegedly, refused to eat food that was offered to them. And thank you for asking interview to Tom Bradby, taking advantage of that awful murder to sort of piggyback onto it like she did in Uvalde later on, the sort of ghoulish use of other people's trauma and tragedy to give herself news and headlines and stuff like that. All a very bad look. A lot of people suspect that they were benched at that time and they were told, you're not up to it, you're not capable of representing the royal family in a respectful way, and so you're out. Hence that, you know what you did, you must apologize. I'm getting that thread through that 3 of Pentacles in reverse and that 3 of Swords in reverse. She can't let go of this. So there is a potential in here for disrespect with that 3 of Swords. It's, as I always say with the 3 of Swords, the most painful card in the tarot. It's a real, it's devastating energy. It's just stabbed in the heart by someone you trusted, someone you can't believe that this has happened to you. And it goes both ways, I think, and we see that with this 8 of Cups. The Queen would have felt it, Meghan would have felt it. She's not capable, in my opinion, of stepping into other people's energy and seeing things from other people's points of view. So she would think that she's the one who was betrayed and rejected and cast out when she was doing her best and she was the most popular. She was Diana too. Yeah, that's a very long answer to, was there mockery intended in that waffle, the scream waffle? And yeah, you could read it that way, definitely. Me as an energy reader speaking from my point of view. So Instagram, this irresistible allure, is it going to cause her trouble? Because it's just getting worse and worse, more shambolic, more unprofessional, more cringe. She's been mocked mercilessly on late night chat shows now. Gwyneth Paltrow's come out and cast some shade. It's just getting worse and worse. So how's this going to go? And we've got the Five of Wands. I'm getting this energy with Meghan at the moment, this relentless competition, not knowing when to stop. Even though the Five of Wands in defeat technically is a giving up the challenge, the competition, just saying, I can't win. I've tried, I've maybe played dirty, I've maybe been obsessed with winning at all costs, but at some stage I have to give up. That's generally how I would read it. But lately I've been reading it differently. I've been reading it as she doesn't know when to stop. She's competing with everyone. She's competing with people who've been doing this for years, who are experts at this. She is not. My opinion, she's not good at anything. The only thing she's really good at is wrapping men around her finger for a little while to get what she wants. And then once she's got it, she's looking up the next level to see who's the next step up. Very much the Five of Wands energy. Who can I wrap around my finger next? That is the PG version of what I would like to say there, shall we say. So there we have it. I think quite interesting energy in this one. Certainly a lot of resentment, certainly a lot of heartache over here from the Queen, and there is potential for disrespect in this energy. She's not letting go of it at all. That is the reading. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.